That's my ADD kicking in.
Oh, this is new.
So we're hoping that we did it right because it is transcribing, so we're good.
Ready?
Hope we're up first.
Call the meeting to order on April 15th at 5:30. Roll call, please.
Leaders,
Here.
Schultz.
Here.
Brett Larson.
Here.
Silkworth.
Here.
We'll show that Jill Chapman is absent today.
You have a quorum. Okay. If you had a chance to read the minutes, is there a motion to approve the minutes or make corrections?
So moved. Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Ayes have it. Okay. Upon hearing that I would ask for a motion to open the public hearing.
Yeah.
Read that first, please.
Oh, okay, never mind. Wow.
I know.
I'm backing it up.
You're losing it.
Mhm.
The public hearing will be conducted pursuant to the commission rules of procedure. We'll first hear the report of the planning director on the detailed information and observations regarding the request before the commission, if not done so in written form prior to the hearing. Next, we'll take the testimony of the applicant and his or her witnesses. Upon completion of the applicant's testimony, I'll call upon members of the audience wishing to be heard concerning the request. Persons in favor of the request shall be heard first, followed by those that oppose to it. At the time during the presentation of testimony, the members of the commission may interrupt to ask questions or to make comments on what has been said. On completion of the testimony, the applicant will be allowed to make a closing statement to the commission. Upon completion of the applicant's closing statement, I will entertain a motion from the commission to close the public hearing on the request. The commission reserves the right to ask questions of any member of the audience. However, we will not hear any unsolicited statements unless public hearing is first reopened. Each speaker addressing the commission shall step forward to the podium and state their name and address before proceeding with their testimony or evidence. The commission shall not be found by strict rules of evidence, but does reserve the right to exclude evidence or testimony that it may deemed to be irrelevant, immaterial, incompetent, and unduly repetitious. As chairman, I will rule on all questions relating to the admissibility of the evidence, which may be overruled by the majority of the commission. Continuances may be granted by the commission in case for good cause shown to any interested party who has entered their appearance. The commission may request a continuance of the hearing for the purposes of giving notice, taking further evidence, gathering further information, touring the proposed site, or for such other reasons as the commission may find sufficient. In such case, we shall state the specific reasons for the continuance and set a date, time, and place when the matter will be continued. All official actions of the commission will be made at a public meeting by motion, made, seconded, and polling of the membership. If conditions are imposed, such conditions shall be included in the motion or omitted thereto. Our final decision will be prepared in writing and will be part of the public record of the commission.
Make
Okay,
a motion to open public hearing for case number ZMA 2024-02.
do I have a second? Second. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody nay? All ayes have it. Okay. Applicant want to come forward and state your business and what you want us to do? Name and address first.
Charles Newcomb, 15267 Old Mormon Bridge Road, Crescent, Iowa, 51526.
Yeah.
Before I start, I want to thank everybody, especially Pam. She has put up with a lot from us, coming in, asking questions all the time, and so very informative. We had our property rezoned because we wanted to open a fireworks stand in the front part of our property. We bought Roger Clark's LLC. And we thought it'd be a simple issue, but it wasn't. So we had to get it rezoned. And so we had to, me and my wife's out there measuring this, measuring that to make sure we made the areas that they wanted. And bottom line is, I talked to Tammy Myers just before we came in. She's Todd Myers that owns Myers Automotive. And last year she had a fundraiser for the food bank. And I brought 24 guys out and she really appreciated it. So I called her up today and I says, this is what our plans are. This is what we'd like to do and we'd like to give back to the community. 1 year give to the food bank, next year give to the fire department. All proceeds wouldn't be coming to me or my wife because we're not gonna be running this stand. We're just providing the property. So part of it goes to the guy that's gonna be running it. Part of the money is gonna be going to the guy that supplying the fireworks, and then we get a set amount of what they sell. So that would be determined. Let's see. And whatever is requested of us for like what the county would ever need for codes and that, we got a hold of the highway department to see if we would be in any kind of situation to where cars coming and leaving the property would be a problem. And we would be just right across the street or the highway from a fireworks stand that is going on now. Their entryway is about the same as our entryway. So we checked with the county roads about at the end of our property, maybe putting another ramp in and then he says, well, he says that way we could come in, they could go out. And then we were gonna go, we figured about 200 feet by 80 feet with gravel for parking and that and turnaround area and stuff like that. If the other ramp doesn't work out or whatever county tells us to do, we'll get it done. So basically that's all we have there. But we moved here 3 years ago and we moved from Omaha and just love it. I was telling Pam earlier, not so happy with the taxes because every time I open the mail, there's another tax, but.
So you're just looking at, you're not gonna construct any new building or anything like that on this. You're just
No.
gonna do gravel parking and then a
That's it.
tent structure.
Right.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, and we had to zone the back part of our property commercial also to meet the requirements. And,
That's what you're requesting today is the zoning.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
What he did previously was what they did previously was a sketch plat application to reconfigure their property to get it to this point where where they could rezone it. So
Good.
what you're requesting tonight is the rezone.
Just the zoning, okay. And, just to add a little bit, we don't plan on doing it because we like our house the way it is. We're not gonna junk it up with vehicles parked everywhere and stuff like that because we get a lot of compliments from people that come by how clean it looks and stuff like that, and we like that.
It's pretty good to me.
So there is another firework place there in
Yes,
that,
yeah.
across the road.
yes.
Yeah.
We,
It's in an industrial zone.
yeah,
There's
Right,
like
right.
a sliver of industrial that runs on the opposite side of the road there.
Yeah.
yeah.
Isn't that whole property like several hundred acres, all industrial right through there?
No,
Or is it just right along the
I
highway?
think it's kind of right along the highway there.
And is that it? Is this flood zone?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I was thinking it was, cause I remember back in, was it 11 when we had the flood and Roger's house was pretty much surrounded.
I heard he had sandbags around.
Yeah, he did. I remember that pretty
Yeah,
well.
if you look at where the home is on the other parcel, right, that we're still talking about, I mean, there's two separate parcels there now, but where that Clark home is, that's 1 foot above base.
Right, it kind
elevation.
of sits up just a little
Yeah,
bit.
and if you look across the road, there, where the other fireworks stand is, that parcel too has built their parcel up. They may be even higher than 1 foot of base flood elevation on that other side of the road, but yeah, that's pretty common thing. If you're gonna do much down there, you're gonna have to build it up.
Okay,
I don't have any other
Yep, that's
questions.
good.
Okay, thank you very much.
Any other
Thank you.
questions from us? Anybody opposed that wants to speak? I see none. We'll bring it back in.
Need motion to close.
Yeah, we need a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Good.
Good, okay, all in favor, close the public hearing?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, nay, anybody nays? Nope, all ayes have it, okay. Public hearings closed, ask for staff's recommendations.
So this really, moving it to, I know that the Newcombs and what their intent is to lease ground for a temporary fireworks stand to be put there, but bigger picture of it is it's moving it to the C2 zone, which is a general commercial. When you look through the zoning ordinance on the general commercial, the number of principal uses that can come out of this, if the property were to ever sell or go to something else. I mean, there are a number of other uses that could be put into the C2. The majority of them are like a retail style use that would be able to be constructed on there and, in the future and have some time. So it is right along a major traffic corridor to Crescent. So if, by chance a retail something wanted to come in there, it wouldn't necessarily be it'd be a good use of it because the road system's obviously adequate for it. And, I think there would, eventually I think you're gonna see a greater interest in that interchange for the interstate to be built out with the projects that come in. So,
Yeah, so if a fast food joint wanted to buy that place, then put a restaurant, they could
mhm.
in that commercial zone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it seems like the right spot for that and that off that interstate exit anyway, so.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
What about SOBs? Are they allowed in,
do you know about that?
SOBs?
They have to be
Standard
They
operation.
have to
so
be,
far from
right?
single family dwellings and other many stipulations.
Yeah, no, I know.
And their house is right there, so.
Right.
She wants clarification with the
What's that?
SOB stands for.
Sexually oriented.
Sexually oriented business.
Oh, I thought it was something else, okay.
I'm a South Omaha boy, and that's what I am, and I'm going, yeah, I'm an SOP.
But we do have a very large section of, obviously of our code that's related to those. And yeah, I don't know that there's a place in Pottawattamie County that you'd be able to
I was gonna
locate.
say, I remember back when he was on the board, we talked about that, and there was like 2 places, I think, that would work, but
But good question, because I mean, obviously, with
Yeah.
what we have to the south of us, we have to consider those things as these rezonings happen and what goes on.
Okay, any other discussion? Good to go? Staff's recommendation approved, correct?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, second, okay. Roll call for,
Silkworth,
Yes.
Larson,
yes,
Schultz,
Yes.
Leaders.
Yes.
it's been moved, seconded, and then, voted yes,
Yep.
good to go. Been, referred to the Board of County, Commissioners for final approval.
Thank you very much for everything.
Yeah,
Thank you.
And,
well, it works out.
we are good for our words. We're not gonna be putting up anything stupid up there, because like I said, all we want to do is just put fireworks.
We'll hold you to it. Well,
Thank you very much.
thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Any other business?
We do have, one other thing on there. It is a, urban renewal area for our RMP housing development that is going out off of McPherson. And we've done this once before where the commission has to, consider the urban renewal area. We don't make any formal actions on it. It's just noted in the minutes that we reviewed it and, compared it with our comprehensive plan for Pottawattamie County, which I just want to let you all know that we had done. And it is in conformity with our land use plan for this urban renewal area. This is a little different because the development it's in. They're doing things backwards. He came to the planning commission originally. He told the commission that he, didn't want any incentives, didn't need any tip or
That's the
anything
guy
like that.
that putting that new development down the into the.
Yeah, where is it?
It's right up McPherson, just by Bentry.
Cloverleaf,
Not a good design at all.
So,
east of Cloverleaf,
Golly.
Richfield Loop.
Oh, 250 a 2-acre lot. Unless you work for the church or go to church, it's 150.
they did end up dropping the price and listing,
Nobody's gonna buy that.
them, but.
That's a bad location, I'll tell you that for that product.
But they got him, and anyway, he came back in and decided that he did need some incentives to be able to lower his lot prices for what he had on there, and, so we're kind of on the back foot here, trying to put some things through, because the Board of Supervisors did agree to work with him on this. So we're getting the urban renewal area established. The city did sign off on the joint agreement with them,
How
so.
many lots are there?
Well,
Well,
but one of
one's-
them already has a home,
Yeah.
you know, the existing.
Oh, that
Yeah,
old house on
Yeah.
the street, right behind the,
So what,
That
yeah,
brick
but I
one.
mean, how's that, what's the low to moderate income piece of this?
The city gets that.
46.
why did the city get it?
It's in because they would only sign off on the joint agreement if we dedicate all of our LMI funds from it to them.
I'm confused.
So when you do a TIF district, every TIF piece of this is when housing has to have an LMI component to it, right? Low to moderate income housing.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I get you.
In Pottawattamie County, that number is really high. It's like 46% of
So you
the
gotta, if
amount.
you build a higher price, you gotta develop at a lower price. somewhere
Yeah,
else. Okay.
so you're not gonna get LMI housing in rural Pottawattamie County.
Right, because.
It has to go, it's gonna have to go to some
City.
jurisdiction
Yeah.
in some other towns. When you go out and you talk to the small towns, every one of those small towns is sitting on a pretty good sized pot of LMI funding because they don't know what to do with it or have projects that they can do something with. So, we have this development, we got the others off Pioneer Trail, more than likely all of the LMI funds, which I'm trying to get, I at least want some of those to go to Pottawattamie County Housing Trust Fund. Because they have been doing a really good job about getting out there in the communities and the small towns. I mean, I will say I even benefited from a project in Carson where Pottawattamie County Housing Trust Fund allotted $10,000 per rental unit to upgrade the HVAC systems to efficiency units. You do have to do a lot of work to get to it. There's a lot of income verifications and things that go along with it to be able to get those funds back. But they are, at one time, SWPCO had those funds for us. We didn't see a whole lot of projects going on in Pottawattamie County. Pottawattamie County Housing Trust Fund was formed with City of Council Bluffs, and you are seeing a lot more of those funds in the small towns because that's where you're going to see the rental rates and things that meet the criteria for it. So I do think that we'll see some of our LMI money go to that foundation to handle, but
Yeah, it's not a lot of money though. That's total, so 185,000 total. With all 12 lots is what it ends up being.
well, the board hasn't agreed to anything yet, but we're looking at a developer's agreement that'll only go up to 400,000. So yes, it'll probably be around that amount.
See that area?
Yeah, I was just there yesterday.
What do you think? I mean, to build that's not a ideal place to build a new house.
I mean,
I still don't know where it is.
So you've got Highway 6,
Yeah.
245th Street cuts back by the water tower. And hits McPherson on the other side of the
I think that's the issue development.
Okay.
It's over there,
I think you see.
or Richfield Loop.
Yeah, eventually it'll connect up.
Well, that north side, they're trying to, there's a bunch of acres they're trying to sell for development, but
So that's all I have for you, as long as we consider that.
Do we need to do anything with this? or
No,
just-
we don't, we just have to go in the minutes that we ran it by the commission.
that's good.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. So I need to sign something, right? Yeah.
Man, this
Wow.
screen's messing me up. I'm so used to being back.
Yeah.
The minutes,
Mhm.